Hey there, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. I am so glad that you're here. Now, look at here. When I tell you that this Mercury retrograde is kicking my tail today, it is doing just that. Now, what I've been told is that usually when we're in Mercury retrograde, if I can get the word out, it can mess with your technology. And oh, is it doing that? And really testing my nerves today. But hey, we are here. We are doing it. We are back, and I'm happy, and we're going to move through it as best as we can as soon as I get my picks for this video. So just give me just a quick sec if you would, because my goodness, that was not supposed to be an issue. I tell you what, but I do hope that you're doing well. And hey, I dropped a video earlier today, and it's a pretty good one, I would say. It's an update, honestly, from a situation that Nelly was going through, the rapper Nelly, with a lawsuit in regards to royalties for his Country Grammar album. Yeah, so like there's been three members from the St. Lunatics who the files was actually suited against or suited with against Nelly. Three of the members dropped out. So definitely check out that video if you have not had an opportunity to do so, and let me know your thoughts, because my goodness, it's a lot going on. But hey, I guess Sarah, we keep moving on and we keep doing what we need to do. So let's see. All right, well, at least that part is working. And in case you get to see my store a little bit. Okay, right, we're here. Yeah, because we got a sale going on here, but I'll get into that a little bit later. Because of course you just saw it, so but right now we're just stalling for time until the photo comes up. Because yeah, I like my photos. Yeah. Tell me how you're doing, by the way. And since this is the day after Thanksgiving, 2024 Thanksgiving, that is, did you have a good one? I hope you did. Mine was kind of quiet and peaceful, so I really liked it that way. I like the tranquility of it all. But I do hope that it was great for you as well, whether you went the more quiet route or with all the fanfare with the family and friends. I do hope you had a great Thanksgiving. So yeah, I think we are ready to go ahead and get on to the story at hand, or stories, that is, maybe. Yeah, I guess we could say that, because we're talking about two people, because we are kind of crisscrossing franchises. Okay, so we're starting off with Bravo's RHOP, and then we're going to move our way over to 90 Day Fiance. So starting off with Bravo's RHOP, we're going to be talking about Mia Thornton, because Mia Thornton's situation with her whole family reshuffling and restructuring is really top of mind for the current season that is actually airing right now. And there's just so much going on with that, so much emotion going on with that. It's going to be quite interesting to see how the rest of the season actually goes through its process, and when we get to the reunion. And I believe we're on season 10 now, or season 11, something like that. So yeah, I mean, it's just so much going on for Miss Mia Thornton. But she does like to be at the head of a story, so she has been that positioning for quite some time. Actually, I would say by at least the last 2-3 seasons, really. But yeah, this has been no different, because as you know, if you are watching, Mia Thornton and Gordon Thornton, who both were actually on the show since the time frame that Mia had started, they are separating, going through a divorce right now, unfortunately. And there's a lot going on there emotionally. Gordon has shared that he deals with a bipolar diagnosis, which has got a lot, things that are new to the fold, and how they are addressing, that situation with him and for him, and how they are, they being Mia, working towards trying to keep a balance of connectivity with Gordon, as well as, keeping her new budding relationship with Ink alive and well as well. Apparently, Gordon, if you had saw last season's reunion, he had shared about how he was, not maybe necessarily okay with it, but he had accepted the fact that Mia had started a new relationship. But now we're starting to see that maybe that's not quite so much the case, right? Because he really is sharing how he feels in this season. And quite frankly, he looks at Ink as, the person who's having an adulterous affair with his wife. So Lots going on with the season. If you are watching, let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started with this particular sharing, because what we are talking about is Mia apparently is sharing, you know what, she is thankful and has shared this Thanksgiving that we just passed yesterday without Gordon this year. And as we all know throughout the show, we're seeing that they apparently spend a lot of time together. Mia, Gordon, the kids, and Ink, right? All kind of as one big family, if you will. But this time, you know, there's definitely a need for there to be certain separations and boundaries put in place. And so it looks like that started with, or at least if not started, is continue on with the Thanksgiving holiday that we just had. And so let's go ahead and dive into this story, okay? So let's go ahead and sit back and you relax, and I'll do all the heavy lifting. All right, so this sharing is coming from people.com, where it is sharing that Mia Thornton, Mia Thornton, is hosting Thanksgiving without her ex Gordon for the first time, creating new memories. So the Real Housewives of Potomac star reveals new details about her separation, kids, and new love interest, Ink. Mia Thornton is celebrating Thanksgiving without her ex Gordon Thornton this year for the very first time. This is going to be the first holiday season that we are not going to combine, the Real Housewives of Potomac star tells People, of splitting up celebrations amid the former couple's separation. We did combine last year because we were going through a separation. I felt like I wanted the kids to have the ease of transitioning. We've decided I'm going to take Thanksgiving. I get Christmas Eve and Gordon gets Christmas Day, and he has something New Year's as well. Mia 40 says at Bravo Fan Fest on November 23rd. Now, in September 2023, the couple who shared children Jeremiah 9 and daughter Juliana 7 announced they were separating after 11 years of marriage. She says, I think that's going to be a really good eye-opener for our children as well, and be like, Mommy and Daddy are actually separated. We're not doing everything together, Mia explains. Mia, who has another son, Joshua, from a previous relationship, says now that her kids are a whole year older, they get it. Now, Housewives views were first introduced to the Thorntons in 2021 when they joined the RHOP cast for season 6. In season 8, Mia hinted to co-star Ashley Darby that she might have married Gordon for his money, and the couple first met at a strip club charity event in 2003. Gordon was definitely her 8th housewife, Mia jokes, or our 8th housewife, she joked. Now, RHOP star Mia Thornton's ex, Gordon Thornton, had revealed his bipolar disorder diagnosis, and basically had also shared that he understands now his mental illness, which again, like I shared from the reunion of last year, he spoke about it at that time as well. They say when you decide to get a divorce, you don't wake up one day and say, I want a divorce, she tells People. This has been something that's been on my heart for years, but obviously I've been trying to be a good wife, be a good supportive partner, be there for my husband, and really try to work things out. We went to counseling and we just can't do it. Mia adds that her values have changed over the years. She says, I'm not the 20-year-old girl that Gordon met any longer. I'm a 40-year-old woman now. My standards are different, she explains. Mia also shared details about her new relationship with Incognito, who more commonly goes by Ink. She says, I love everything about Ink. Are you kidding me? He's so amazing. He's such a beautiful person, and he just radiates positivity and love and support, Mia says. He's bringing me closer to my faith. He's a man of God. It's really not what I experienced in my previous marriage. It actually has grounded me into becoming a woman. Mia says that this new relationship with Ink, who she first dated in high school, is a complete shift in a more positive direction. He shows up for the kids. He shows up for my career. He shows up in every aspect of life, she says, and there's no mess. Finally, there's no mess. And of course, as a reminder, The Real Housewives of Potomac can be streamed in full on Peacock. And again, the current season is airing at this time if you're watching this video at this time. So yeah, I mean, what do you think? I feel like it's a healthy move, quite frankly. In last week's episode, or not last week's really, well, it will be considered last week's episode, I guess, because it was Sunday. Time is going by so fast. But anyways, Mia and her friend Jacqueline had a really good conversation in regards to the expectations that Gordon was having with Mia. And it did very much seem like there was still that connectability and that boundary that just really needed to be reinforced because, of course, Gordon still, had feelings for his wife and didn't necessarily want to have the breakup. He even shared in the reunion last season, if you had happened to catch it, that if this situation could have been handled or he could have gotten this under wraps or did what he needed to do better to address his bipolar mental illness diagnosis, he thinks that he would have been able to, really get Mia back and the divorce would have never happened. So, it's very unfortunate. It's very sad, dealing with mental illness, whether it's yourself dealing with it or you're dealing with it with someone of a loved one. It can be a very challenging situation. It sometimes doesn't take any prisoners. And at the end of the day, it's just really unfortunate that, he wasn't able to get what he needed to get in order to get to that particular point, in order to save his marriage. But the most important thing is that he is understanding his illness now and that he's taking the steps to get help. And it's just, an everyday thing. It's an everyday process. And so I definitely, and as well, I'm sure as all definitely wish Gordon well on that, really healing process as he goes through dealing and maintaining with his diagnosis. And I hope that he too will find someone, in the future as well, who he connects with and, has a love story of his own, as we all, I believe, do deserve love if you choose to want to be in love. So, with that, as long as you're not, some crazy person, but you get what I'm saying. So with that, I think that wraps up this particular sharing for this part of the video. But now we're going to move over to 90 Day Fiance Mykol and see what's going on with him, because he too is also very thankful for his new beginnings as well. And so, of course, for sure, with this story here with Mia and Gordon and Ink and just this sharing, let me know your thoughts, especially in the comment section. Let's have a conversation about it, because I definitely would love to know what you are thinking about this as well. So moving on to Mykol. All right, so this sharing is coming from ScreenRant.com, and it shares that 90 Day Fiance's Mykol Isani reveals his first Thanksgiving plans with his new family, and he seems extremely excited about this. So as the sharing goes, 90 Day Fiance's happily ever after star Mykol Isani is revealing what he is doing on his first ever Thanksgiving in the U.S. after leaving Angela Dean for his new family. Now, Mykol was born and raised in Nigeria, where he lived for 30 years before meeting Angela, American woman. Angela was more than 2 decades, older than Mykol, but he confidently approached her and made her fall for him. Now, Angela knew about Mykol's love for the U.S. She had gifted him some boxers when she saw him for the first time in person to, I guess, identify with the United States. Mykol had to go through a lot of struggles to come to the U.S., but now that he finally is on American soil, he's celebrating the moment in style, which he has now been here for about a year, I think, or coming to a year, actually. Now, the 90 Day franchise star shared an Instagram story where Mykol wished his fam a happy Thanksgiving. He said he was grateful for the opportunity to experience his first Thanksgiving in the USA. Mykol said the day was one filled with warmth, togetherness, and joy of gratitude. He added that he was looking forward to creating new traditions and cherished memories. And in his next story, Mykol sat with a plate filled with traditional Nigerian delicacies and joked that it was a cheat day for him. He was in the company of his Nigerian friends, who he calls his family in Texas. Now, what Mykol celebrating Thanksgiving means for his American dream? Well, Mykol will be actually completing a year in America in December of 2024, because I believe he had arrived here December 23, just a couple days before Christmas last year. Now, Mykol came to the U.S. right in time for Christmas. He had joined a WhatsApp group called Paradise Men, which had members who were also waiting for their visas to be approved. Now, Mykol was made the admin of the group. Since Mykol's K-1 visa had already been rejected, he figured he could apply for his spousal visa from the Ivory Coast. It worked, and Mykol came to the U.S. with Angela. But it appears the men in the group also came to Mykol's aid when he needed to escape Angela's toxic home, and Mykol has accused Angela of alleged ABUSC. Now, Mykol could only live with Angela for 2 months. He went to live in Texas with his friends, where he finally tasted freedom. Mykol found out what it felt like to live independently with no one controlling what he did or who he talked to. Now, Mykol finally had social media access and a clean home, and he discovered his passion for content creation. 7 years ago, Mykol would never have thought this was what his life in the US would have looked like. He's single and celebrating Thanksgiving by giving thanks for the life he has earned. Now, our take on Mykol revealing what he is thankful for in his new life. Well, Mykol knows who he owes his freedom in the US to. The sharing further goes on to say that Mykol should be celebrating Thanksgiving in the best way possible, but he should also not forget to thank 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After viewers for making sure he's safe and comfortable in the US. Fans have made Mykol feel secure and confident that he'll be spending all the next Thanksgiving holidays of his life in America because of their monetary help towards his legal fees. Mykol has been applauded for being humble and down to earth. He should never forget his roots and always know that fans will be by his side if he doesn't change. And of course, for those who would love the reference, 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days airs Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern on TLC. So it looks like Mykol has a new lease on life. He is extremely excited for his life and how it has really unfolded for him. It was pretty harrowing last year when we heard the frantic news, actually in February of this year, about him going missing and in all of that debacle. And basically he was trying to run away, he says, from an abusive situation, a toxic situation from Angela. And we've all seen, if you've been a 90 Day Fiance fan of the franchise and all the multiple shows that are associated with it, you have seen many examples of the relationship between Angela and Mykol, in which I am very glad that they have decided to part ways, because I think that it would have never ended in the way it needed to if they would have stayed together. Sometimes couples just don't work. And they are definitely an example of a couple that just simply does not work. And so at this point, it looks like Mykol has taken the bull by the horns, so to speak, and has moved and taken stake with his new family, his friends, that are also very connected to him through the roots of where he comes from, as well as the ability to have a change of scenery, because, Angela lived in Georgia or lives in Georgia. And so he's left Georgia naturally and is now living in Texas. And he seems to be, with the footage that we see as far as Instagram stories and all that kind of stuff, seems to be doing really well, and is just trying to keep himself together and centered enough to go through all the legal apparatuses that he needs to take care of now, now that he's obviously looking to seek to stay in the US without the continuance of relationship with Angela. So, things have been a little bit quiet on the front with them. As far as I know, I'm not really keeping up on 90 Day franchise at the moment. I did hear some sputterings that there's a possibility that maybe he might be on the 90 Day single life part of the franchise, and possibly Angela could be too. I would say they'd probably be so shady, they'd probably put them both on the same season. But, I guess more to come on if that's going to take place or not. This relationship sometimes work and sometimes they don't. So, I don't know, if he's gotten himself in a situation where he's got a groove and it doesn't seem worth it or necessary for him, he may not come back. So I guess it'll be one to see how that all shapes up here in the near future for, both of them for that matter. So with that, I think that about covers it for this particular portion of the video as well. So definitely let me know your thoughts below. Are you still watching 90 Day Fiance? Are you watching it? What do you think about Mykol's new lease on life and his new beginnings, and being able to really take in the thankfulness of the holiday, the meaning of it for him, and how it's changed his life, and really in less than a year's time at this point. I definitely would love to know your thoughts on both sharing. So, definitely leave them down below respectfully in the comment section. And of course, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I know that there's a lot going on between the holiday yesterday and people probably getting things together for their shopping and early shopping, or I don't know, sometimes we start shopping really early in the year, but getting those finds and stuff. So I do appreciate the time that you take to come and hang out with me for a bit, and just kind of communicate with me as well in regards to these sharings, because there's just so much going on around here, isn't it? And of course, if you are new here and you haven't had a chance to subscribe, I wish you would. Go ahead and subscribe, be part of the family, be part of the community here. I would so appreciate it. I would so love to have you. And definitely, if you appreciate the video, go ahead and give it a like so we can get it shared out and get the conversation going with many more, as well as it's always good, the more the merrier. And as you also can see, my shop, oh, I'm so excited, I love saying that. My Motivation Suite Elements online shop is actually having its Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales as well. And you actually are able to get onto the link, which is going to be provided directly, or the direct link is going to be provided in the description area below, along with the promo code Mary15 for 15% off your purchase. And yeah, go out there and get yourself some uplifting joy. I hope you enjoyed the virtual tour that was shared earlier in the video. But once you go out there as well, there's so many things to choose from. It's just a plethora, an oyster of all things good. And definitely the formation of Motivation Suites really, it does ground from the fact of positive speak and empowering dialogue within yourself, is which I find to be so important for all of us to keep and carry with us every day of our lives. You can never have enough motivating and inspirational thoughts for you in order to tackle all the things that you need to tackle from day to day, and just also giving yourself an opportunity to look at mementos that really just help you to take the time to reflect and appreciate those things that are going so well in your life, and just sometimes just for breathing air. So definitely there's so many things out there to see. We've got apparel and drinkware and accessories and digital products and so forth and so on, bedding, and oh my goodness, to boot, so much there to see. So many great themes there, and it's really very dear to my heart as far as Motivation Suite and what it does present. And I hope that you definitely will take an opportunity to to peruse, and I hope you enjoy your tour of it as well. And if you should purchase an item there, I want to thank you in advance for your support. I so appreciate that as well. And so remember, the direct link for my shop is in the direction in the description area below, along with the promo code as well, to make sure you get your 15% off for the time for the Black Friday and Cyber Monday sale. And also too, if you like additional savings, because who doesn't, and cash back to boot, I also have my referral link with Rakuten down below. If you haven't had an opportunity to go out to Rakuten, I hope that you would take a look, and yeah, go ahead and see what kind of finds you can grab out there. Right now they have a promo where you can get a $40 bonus for spending $40, and this is on top of the percentages that you get off for the items. And there's so many stores there and things to choose from, as well as cashback that you get for purchasing items there, to boot. So there's so much out there. It's a win-win to me. I enjoy Rakuten very much as well. So definitely, if you do choose to check it out and use my referral link down below in the description area as well, I would so appreciate that. And I thank you again for that as well. So you got Motivation Suite Elements and you have Rakuten as well. So yeah, I hope that you will enjoy your visits either way. And thank you again. So yeah, wow. I guess that's about it for today. This will be the last upload today because my gosh, I don't know if Mercury retrograde will let me do another video. But I'll probably be back in a couple of days, so we'll just see how that all works out. But there's so much content out there already for the last few days. So if you haven't gotten a chance to check out the videos from yesterday, and definitely a video from earlier today, go ahead and do so. And yeah, let me know your thoughts. I definitely would love to know what you are thinking about those stories, because I for sure love to share my commentary in regards to these things, and I love to know yours as well. So again, thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate it. I hope that you have a great rest of your evening, day, whatever time that you are actually viewing this video. Thank you so much again for being here. And yeah, you know what? You take care and be safe and be blessed. And until next time, bye.